Have you spent years, nearly 20, like I did, struggling with binge eating despite trying every single method? Therapy, willpower, distraction techniques, everything. That was me, and it's probably you. And then I discovered a game-changing secret, a specific way to use EFT tapping that can interrupt binge urges within 60 seconds or less. So stay tuned because today I'm revealing exactly how this transformative method works. And by the end of this video, you will learn why typical binge eating strategies fail and how to use my unique application of EFT to actually address the root cause of this and get you freedom the way you truly deserve. I've helped thousands of women to break free of decades of binge eating using my exact method. And one of my clients, Hannah, recently shared this method absolutely transformed my life. And she struggled with this for over 16 years, having tried therapy, inpatient, outpatient groups, Overeaters Anonymous, everything to try and overcome her struggles with binge eating. And now she has total freedom. And I would love for you to experience that exact same freedom. So before we jump into these techniques, if this is something that you're at a complete breaking point with and you're in need of support, you do not have to do this alone. You can schedule an hour-long free call with me and walk away with a proven blueprint on how to break free for good. The link is in the description for that. We're going to dive into the techniques, and here's what I want you to understand first. The truth of why traditional binge eating methods fail that no one talks about is because they're all trying to solve the wrong problem, okay? So therapy is going to tell you, let's explore your past and your childhood and let's intellectualize your triggers, but then you still binge. And nutritionists give you a meal plan, but then you realize you're still binging because binging isn't actually about hunger. Or doctors prescribe you medication, but they're just treating the symptoms or not treating the root cause. So what they're all missing is this. When you have a binge urge, your nervous system is actually stuck in a stress response, okay? So your logical brain knows, I'm not hungry, I don't want to eat, but then you do anyways, right? And so all those traditional methods are trying to get you to engage with your rational mind, and that part of your brain is actually not online or available when you're in a binge. It's like trying to have a logical conversation with someone when they're having a panic attack. It just doesn't work. And then those methods inevitably fail, and guess what? You tell yourself, it's all my fault, I should have had more willpower, nothing's gonna work for me. But the truth is, you just haven't been given the right tools, and that's what we're gonna use today. EFT works because it bypasses your thinking brain entirely and it speaks directly to your nervous system through acupressure points. This is not about willpower, this is about your biology. And instead of trying to think your way out of a binge urge, you're actually going to send calming signals directly to your nervous system while acknowledging the emotional truth of what's going on for you. So we'll tap on specific points together. I'll show you exactly where. And while saying these specific phrases, you're going to help to rewire your brain and its emotional responses. And it's kind of like, updating your nervous system software. So this is amazing because we are bypassing that conscious brain and we're actually doing this at a deep emotional, physical level. So let's get to work. Okay, so this is your SOS strategy, your technique when you feel the binge urge coming on. Okay, so you can save this because this is what you can do when you feel the binge urge coming on. And my recommendation is for you to actually try and start this as early as possible. Do not wait until the binge urge is a 10 out of 10 because you're not going to reliably be able to sit down and do this routine. So if you know that that binge urge is creeping on, most of us know, hey, there's the 3 o'clock urge. I know it happens every day. Do this in the morning. Whenever you can do it is going to be better than not doing it. So what I want you to do is tap with me on the side of the hand. And first of all, take a mental note of how strong on a scale of 1 to 10 this binge urge is in this moment. And we'll track it after this round. So tap where I tap and repeat after me. Even though part of me really wants to binge right now, I love and accept myself regardless. Even though this binge urge is coming on really strong and I start to feel totally out of control around food. What if I could support myself differently right now? Even though this urge feels totally overwhelming, I'm learning how to support myself through this. This binge urge is so strong. I don't know what to do. It happens like clockwork. I'm not even hungry, but it feels like I have to eat this food. This is how I cope with hard stuff. I've been doing this forever. And then I feel so much shame. This strong urge to binge eat. This strong, overwhelming urge to eat. This strong, overwhelming urge to eat. This strong urge to binge eat. It's okay that this is happening. I'm learning how to have love and compassion for myself. So take a nice, easy breath. And I'll invite you to do some gentle orienting, which means look around the space that you're in, take a few easy breaths, notice what's shifted and where the urge to binge is now, 1 to 10. And then we're going to go into our second exercise. And remember, as I said, before we jump in further, if you are feeling really stuck and hopeless about this and you're in need of support, you do not have to do this alone. I am here for you. You can schedule a full hour-long call with me and walk away with a proven blueprint on how you're going to break free of this. And now let's dive into the tapping techniques. So now we're actually going to tap and go a little bit deeper to address what's really driving the binge urge, okay? Because this is going to do that deeper rewiring, deconditioning work. So again, follow along with me, tap aloud, repeat after me, and we'll notice what shifted for you after this round. Even though part of me has learned to binge as a coping strategy. A coping strategy for life stress, a coping strategy for whatever might be going wrong, a coping strategy to keep me safe. This is a strategy I learned a long time ago. There is nothing wrong with me that this happens. And I'm open to a new coping strategy. Even though part of me learned that eating food equals comfort, today that's not actually true. I end up feeling a lot of shame afterwards. And I'm open to learning new strategies that will help me to feel even better than binge eating. Part of me learned this coping strategy. Binge eating equals safety. Food equals safety. Part of me binges to cope with big feelings and stress. This is a strategy that part of me learned a long time ago. To keep me safe from stressful and overwhelming things happening. This part of me has been working really hard to keep me safe. I see you. I appreciate all the hard work you're doing to keep me safe. We can find new ways to feel safe and comforted. We've outgrown this binge eating strategy. It's actually just hurting us today. We can find new ways to feel safe and new ways to cope with whatever is happening in life. Thank you for working so hard to keep me safe. So take a nice easy breath. And again, do a little gentle orienting. Notice how you're feeling now. And I'd like for you to reinforce a couple points with me. So tap and repeat these points. I'm learning how to feel safe without using food. I'm learning how to comfort myself in new ways that truly nurture me. I choose to have peace with food. This is an old strategy that part of me learned to feel safe. A young part of me. But I'm all grown up now. And I can comfort and support myself in new ways that feel far more safe and nurturing. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm not broken. This is just an outdated strategy. Beautiful. Take a nice, easy breath. And again, do some gentle orienting to allow yourself to process everything that has just occurred. Let me know in the comments, what are you noticing? What has specifically shifted for you around your relationship to binge eating? So you now have a powerful toolkit of a powerful sequence that you can use, an SOS technique you can use when you have that binge urge. And as I said, the earlier the better, so don't wait until the last minute, otherwise you're gonna have a pretty difficult time using it. And then you also have a secondary tool to really process the deeper root layers of why you actually use this protective strategy. And that second technique is to really also support you to build love and compassion for yourself and this part of you that learned this strategy, because that is exactly it. Part of you learned this strategy. It's not trying to hurt you, it's just trying to protect you, and you can learn better, more effective tools to actually support you, because we know the binge eating isn't supporting you, in any way long term. So my hope is that you're feeling more compassionate and calm. Repeat these techniques as much as you like. And remember, if you're ready to go deeper and you want personalized support and you are serious about overcoming this and you are ready to do the work to fully be free with food, then I would love to have a personalized conversation with you and support you to actually break free and have a plan to do that. So you can schedule that call in the link below, and you can end up just like my beautiful client Hannah, who broke free of this after 16 years and is living a life of freedom with food. Finally, after trying everything, she actually has peace with food, freedom with food. She's able to be a patient, present, joyful mother for her son. She's able to go to restaurants without panic attacks like she used to. She is getting married and she's accomplishing so many amazing goals in life because she learned how to take her power back around this, and so can you. Thanks so much for being here, and I'm sending you a big hug, and I know you can get through this. Trust me, I too spent 20 years struggling with binge eating, and these techniques, just like I teach my clients, are exactly what supported me to break free.